Welcome to the Thought for Today with Monica Kincaid. Today's thought is our reminder that you and I serve the only true and living God, who not only created everything, but who in the end defeated death in order to reconcile us back to the Father. This is the ultimate match. Perhaps when you picture the epitome of a match, you might envision Jordan versus Kobe, Ali versus Frazier, Jackson State against Alcorn, or Joe Montana versus John Elway. These matchups, along with numerous others, have captivated us, leaving us on pins and needles, eagerly awaiting and wondering who will emerge victorious. When I think in terms of the spiritual world, the ultimate showdown is between Jesus and Satan. It is the match of a lifetime, pitting light versus darkness and good against evil, right versus wrong, and obedience versus disobedience. Since the start, Satan has endeavored to obstruct God's plan. We know this to be true by the depiction in Genesis 3 with his famous phrase, "Did God really say?" The interest of sin and man's wickedness, leads God to destroy the world with water as described in Genesis 6, 5, and 6. By this action, Satan thought it was over. However, God preserved the human race through Noah, and Satan's tactic was derailed. Another ploy by Satan came by targeting God's chosen people, Israel. Through Abram, God made various promises as described in Genesis 12, verses 1 to 3. So, for this reason, Satan's attention was laser focused on Abraham's descendants. With that being said, we see a decree to destroy all of the Jews in Esther chapter 3, verses 12 to 14. This cruel plot against the Jewish people would not prevail. The promises of God, had once again remained true and intact. As we move into the New Testament, you would think that Satan would have given up. He has persistently tried throughout history, yet without any success, to bring an end to the promised Redeemer. In Matthew chapter 2, we have in Bethlehem, Jesus is born during the reign of Herod the Great. Herod orders, of course, as we all know, the massacre of all boys who are 2 years old and under in Bethlehem and in the surrounding areas. This fulfills the prophecy that was told in Jeremiah. Jesus came as promised and fulfilled his mission in spite of all the efforts by Satan. We're also familiar with Satan attempting to disrupt Jesus' mission on earth. Matthew chapter 4 verses 1 to 11 tells us that after fasting for 40 days and nights in the wilderness, Jesus is tempted by the devil. Jesus resists each temptation, reinforcing the scriptures. The devil departs and angels come to attend to him. The triumph of the resurrection is then proclaimed in John 20, transforming fear into bravery, doubt into faith, and mourning into gladness. This chapter emphasizes how the resurrection brought on a new period of life, one that is not limited to life after death, but rather one that is full of purpose and hope and wholeness that starts now and that will last forever. Lastly, Satan has sought to undermine God's work in today's world, particularly within the church. You and I cannot forget how Peter describes him in 1 Peter 5 verses 8 and 9 by saying, "Stay alert, watch out for your great enemy, the devil. He prowls around like a roaring lion, looking, seeking for someone to devour. Stand firm against him and be strong in your faith. Remember that your family of believers all over the world is going through the same kind of suffering you are. But in the end, let us remember that Satan has failed, in all these attempts, that our God, the one who is strong and mighty, has emerged victorious. And this, my brothers and sisters, is the ultimate match. I hope and pray that the next time that you and I face trials and tribulations of all kinds, that we will remember that every battle, has already been won by Jesus. May God's blessings overflow you. Until next time.